aware of that. This might be actually helpful for my colleague Richard. The main objectives, the main aim of this project is to modernize 5 universities, Belarusian universities, considering the current socio-economical situation in Republic of Belarus, with the support from Ministry of Education and the European funding, which obviously in this case Erasmus Plus capacity building fund. This is an exciting project. So far you have actually done quite a lot. You have developed a few courses, you have attended the internship and purchased some facilities. The specific objectives were actually summarized here, which was development of the modern specialized IT programs, 5 specific programs produced in SBMT, BSBU, BIMB, VSTU, and BSUIR, which is all of you here. And so you modernize the syllabus considering the BLONA requirements and ECTS, credit transfer accumulation system, the European style, and creating 25 modules, which I have been told by Lena that this is what you are now doing, creating the content of those modules. And finally, distance learning, which is obviously the next goal of the project. So you are in the process of developing some distance learning programs, which will provide support during this training. So in general, modernizing the educational system, which obviously is going to be very exciting in Belarus. Until 2030, I believe, there is a deadline from government to be in line with the rest of the Europe. Lots of aspects such as education system. So the goal of our workshop, internship, in response to what we have done so far during this project, is to familiarize yourself, academics from those institutes, with our innovative teaching and learning methodology within the Montfort University and specifically within the Faculty of Technology. As Richard said, Faculty of Technology consisted of 3 main schools: computer science, engineering, and media. We are quite versatile in terms of subjects, and we would like to disseminate our know-hows and expertise through these workshops. As well as that, we invited quite a lot of expertise and educational consultants from their university, that is specifically from Faculty of Technology, to bring along more expertise into this training. If I speak fast, please stop me. Like in the past. The internship is divided into 3 main teams. You might see that in line within your agenda. We have 3 main themes within this week internship. The first theme is obviously pedagogy and course design and learning and teaching principles, and the principles will be put into practice with some case study examples we provide for you. My colleague, Dr. Christine Fiedler, is going to run the workshop on course design and learning and teaching approaches, and we provided you with very good examples of our own course design and our own module, which I'm going to print after this after lunchtime for you, get ready for tomorrow. So you will be in a small groups, you will reorganize the room, and you will work on the case studies we provide for you. What I would like to do, and I actually asked your project managers within each institute to nominate 1 representative within each group who can communicate with the speakers and the rest of the academics. It's something you might actually have in mind for today, to come up with small groups if you wish. It doesn't have to be from 1 institute, and it might be even nicer for you to actually be in a group of various institutes to learn from each other.
How many people?
4 to 5 people in each group. It depends how many you want. If you have a larger group, if you have a specific reason to have a larger group, like for instance in mathematical education or maths department, you have specific colleagues who want to work with each other, by all means go for larger group if needed. We don't have any specific numbers, just for your comfort to make sure the learning is the best. So this is one of our themes, which is actually specifically our Tuesday theme. Is going to be pedagogy and course design and teaching and learning. Second theme is teaching support at DMU. Sorry, Helga, I had to chip in. So teaching support at DMU, which we invited a variety of colleagues from universities such as KELT and CLAS and Center for Maths and Statistics, which will provide you with information about how we support our students academically and mentally throughout their study at DMU, from undergraduate, postgraduate, PhD and research. So we invited that in that sense. And the final theme of this workshop is the showcase of best practice at DMU University and specifically from the School of Computer Science and Informatics. Some of my colleagues will present their best practice in classroom, basically, showing you how they improved the experience of the learners using technology or using a very simple approach which increased interest and learning of the learners. Okay, so I mean, here I summarize some of these days, which I better hand to Helga, School of Computer Science, before I move on. I use the space.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Sorry, there was a diary cock-up, so I had actually this one at 10 o'clock, so I thought I'd come in good time. And unfortunately, you guys already started. So my name is Professor Helge Janneke. I'm the head of School of Computer Science and Informatics. And I'm just here to give you a very warm welcome to the School of Computer Science and Informatics. And also a big thanks to Armagan for putting all this agenda together and organizing that, and the colleagues that you will experience over the week. Obviously, big thanks to you guys for coming, because you have a longer journey than us. So thank you for all making it here. It's great to see a packed room of people that are so interested in what we do here with our teaching. Armagan also has asked me to say a bit about the school, so while you're here, that maybe outside of this workshop there are other things that spark your interest and perhaps other collaborations that could come up. The school is reasonably big. We have about 2,500 students here. It's about 75% undergraduate students, 20% in postgraduate taught provisions. About 5% of that student body is postgraduate research students. Now 5% doesn't sound a lot, but if you measure that against 2,500 students, it's quite a bit. So we have a very, very strong research culture, particularly in the School of Computer Science and Informatics. Our research is taking place in 3 institutes. So we have the CCSR, which is the Center for Computation and Social Responsibility. Their impact is mainly on the ethics side and responsible innovation, where they're advising, for example, the UK government, they're advising our local research councils, EPSRC, on how to integrate responsible innovation in their cohorts. They're working very closely with the EU. So, for example, they're running a work package on managing the ethics of the Human Brain Project, which is possibly one of the biggest projects that the EU is funding through their Horizon 2020 program. Another thing that they have is they have actually inputted in the ACM code of practice, in the ethics code of the ACM. So there we are also members of staff working actively on that, which is obviously great to not only influence what's happening in Europe, but also worldwide. Another research group that we have is the CTI, the Cyber Technology Institute, which is all about smart, safe, and secure cyber-physical spaces. So there we're looking at cybersecurity of systems, but also formal verifications. This group is mainly working with industry, and the core industry that is supporting this group is Deloitte, Airbus, Rolls-Royce, and British Telecom. So rather big household names that are visible throughout the world and are globally operating. So if your research interests fall anywhere in that category, please do come to me or to the group over in Gateway House and explore opportunities as well. The last group that we have is the Institute for Artificial Intelligence, and their impact is mainly on the world-leading publications. So what they publish is absolutely enormous, it's world-recognized, and it's the major factor why the school is recognized in computer science in the top 500 universities in the Shanghai global ranking. So if you heard about the Shanghai Index, it's very useful to be in there. if you're operating around the world and attract international student bodies. And we have made, I think I've better get quickly my notes out because I don't want to lie with stats for you. That will not be a good thing to do. So we have managed 309 as a rank out of the top 500 universities in there. That is even more impressive if you actually look into these metrics that they use to establish this ranking. So for publications, we're not doing so well because we're still reasonably small in terms of our staff base. So we don't rank particularly high on that with 334 out of 500. However, when you normalize the citations, so our work is attracting that we submitted in there, we are actually the 20th, ranked 20th out of these 500. That makes us the second highest in the UK in computer science. And that shows that while we don't have the volume of research, the quality is definitely there. And that is mainly due to the Institute of Artificial Intelligence. The other thing that you will be possibly pleased to hear, and there is a component in that index that is about international research collaboration. And there we rank 111, which is a number I actually can remember. So that is what we do on the research part. In terms of our teaching, and that's I think the main part of that why you're here, I'm sure you have heard Richard Bull talking this morning about TEF Gold and all our activities surrounding the TEF Gold achievement. That is something I guess you will be exploring in a lot more detail as the workshop is progressing. Our teaching is structured in 4 different areas. We have computer science, we have cybersecurity, we have games, math and intelligent systems, and we have information systems, which we just renamed, so it formerly was known as business computing. So if you see somewhere business computing on the slides, that is now information systems. That are the 4 subject group areas, and they obviously correspond very nicely with the research groups that I have just introduced to you. So there's a lot of collaboration trying to get our research into teaching and be cutting edge with what we do. So with that, I think I gave you enough stats as was expected from a head of school. I hope you have a wonderful week here with us and a wonderful workshop. And yeah, please do drop by in Gateway, or if anything what I said sparked your interest and you want to explore a bit further, please do get in touch with me through Armagon or just over when you're in Gateway House at any point during your visit. And I introduce you to the core staff that is doing this research or that is leading on the teaching side, if you just want to have a follow-up discussion. So, thank you very much, and apologies again for not turning up in the right slot. Thank you.
Thank you.